Hi, I'm James, and I want to give you a feel for what a typical legacy evening actually feels like, without spoiling every detail. Most people arrive the same way. You've had a full day. Work, family, decisions, all of it. You click the link a few minutes early with a drink nearby and think, what did I just sign up for? When you come into the main room, it's calm. No hype, no chaos. You see a handful of faces, mostly business owners and professionals in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Some look a little nervous, some are smiling, some are clearly still shaking off work mode. It feels more like walking into a reserved table at a quiet restaurant than wandering into a giant networking event. The host welcomes everyone, explains what the evening is about, and sets a few simple ground rules. No pitching, no weird behavior, basic respect. You can almost see shoulders drop when people realize, okay, I'm not going to be sold to. I can just be a person here. Then the real part starts. Instead of staring at a big grid of strangers, you're moved into a small group, 2 or 3 other people. Suddenly, it stops feeling like an event and starts feeling like an old-school conversation. You get a simple prompt to start with, something human, where you're calling from, what you've built, what you wish people understood about you. No elevator pitches, no pressure to be clever, just normal, grown-up conversation. After a few minutes, you forget about the camera. You're listening, laughing, nodding. Someone says something you recognize, and you feel that little click of, oh, you get it. Sometimes you talk about business, sometimes about life, kids, aging parents, travel, what you want the next 10 years to feel like. It's the kind of talk you used to have when you met someone through friends or at a small gathering, before everything turned into swipes and algorithms. Every so often, you come back to the main room, see a few familiar faces, and then get moved into a new small group. It's like being seated at a different table at a dinner party without any of the awkward shuffling. I'm not going to walk you through every round or every question. That's part of what you get to discover from the inside. But there's a rhythm to it. Small rooms, simple prompts, enough time to actually talk. Somewhere in the middle of the evening, most people stop being nervous and start enjoying themselves. The energy is quieter than a typical mixer, but in a good way. You're not shouting over music or trying to impress a crowd. You're just talking to a few people who live a life that looks a lot like yours. Usually, there's at least one person you find yourself hoping you'll see again. Maybe it's a romantic spark. Maybe it's someone you'd like as a friend or collaborator. Maybe it's just a sense of, I'm glad I met them. You don't have to chase them down on the spot. After the event, you'll get a follow-up email where you can quietly say who you'd like to reconnect with, and if they feel the same, you get a warm introduction later. When you leave the call, it doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like you went out somewhere, met real people, and had actual conversations. A little bit of that old-school excitement of a first meeting, without the chaos. That's what a typical legacy evening feels like. If that's the kind of night you miss, I'd love for you to experience one for yourself.